Hey, how y'all doing out there? Back at you again with another video. This time I'd like to do a comparison between the Honor Note 10 and the Galaxy Note 9. Now, as you can see, both of these phones are pretty large, and I prefer large phones. All right, so basically, I'll let you know right from the get-go, I prefer the Note 9 over the Honor Note 10, and I'll share with you those reasons as we go along. All right, so let's get started. All right, the Honor Note 10 is on my left. The Galaxy Note 9 is on my right. The Honor Note 10 has a 6.9.5-inch Full HD AMOLED display with a resolution of 2220 by 1080. And it has 355 pixels per square inch and is also HDR compliant. Now, Full HD. Now, this screen is absolutely beautiful. Honestly, it looks like a Quad HD display. So I don't know what they were doing, how they made this, but this display is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, almost 7 inches. It's huge. This is a big phone, biggest phone I have, and I love this display because the display is the thing that you look at more than anything. I mean, sometimes I just leave the display on for 20-30 minutes just looking at it, how beautiful it is. So this display, I would say, in my opinion, is even with the Note 9. That's how beautiful it is. Now, the Note 9 has a 6.4-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 2960 by 1440, has 518 pixels per square inch, and it is also HDR plus compliant. So you have the Note 9 here, and this also has a gorgeous display. Beautiful. Samsung makes the best panels on any smartphone, no question about it. They even make panels for Apple now. And of course, other manufacturers, they make the displays. And matter of fact, they just recently made that 90 hertz display for OnePlus 7 Pro. They made that display as well. All right, let's continue. The Honor Note 10 comes with 6 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage. Now, there is another variant of the Honor Note 10 that has 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage, but I have the smaller variant here at 6 gigs, 64 gigs of internal storage. The Note 9 comes with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. Now, I like that a little bit better because it comes with, double the storage as far as the internal storage is concerned. However, the Note 9 also has a larger variant, which comes with 8 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of onboard storage. So either way, if you go with either variant, as far as internal storage, it's going to be, you could upgrade to more. You'll get a little bit more out of that than you would the Honor Note 10. The Honor Note 10, the 8 gig variant, you go up to 256 gigs of internal storage, while the Note 9 goes up to 512 gigs of onboard storage. So you're going to get more internal storage on the Note 9 than you would the Honor Note 10. The Note 10 also has expandable memory, which is an SD card slot, up to 256 gigs of storage, which is good. However, the Note 9 also comes with expandable memory, but you could expand the memory up to 512 gigs of storage. So that's twice the storage as far as expandable memory is concerned. So I like that because I need the storage. All right, the Note 10 has a fingerprint sensor on the back, right there, as you can see. And it is 100% accurate, and it is very fast. So I have no issues with the fingerprint sensor whatsoever. Also, the Note 9 has a fingerprint sensor on the rear, as you can see there. It is also 100% accurate, but it is not as fast as the Honor Note 10's fingerprint sensor. The Honor Note 10's fingerprint sensor, I have to say, opens the phone a lot faster. Samsung, I don't know why, but their fingerprint sensor is 100%, but it does not open as fast as the Honor Note 10. It just doesn't. Okay. The Honor Note 10 has dual stereo speakers. And the bottom, it has a longer. I'm going to show it to you. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's goes from end to end all the way over. And at the top, same thing. It's one long speaker grill. And I'm telling you right now, the speakers on this thing are phenomenal. Let me see if I can play something for you real quick. Let me see. Okay. Let's get a Marvel movie. I know you probably won't be able to see it. Listen to those speakers. That's Infinity War. That's the movie right there. So those speakers are very, very good. They're nice and loud. Also, the Note 9 comes with dual stereo speakers too. You get one at the bottom, right here. And you have one in the earpiece. And I'll play a movie off this one. Let's see. Guess I'll pick the same movie.
Where's Clint? After the whole Accord situation, he and Scott took a deal. It was too tough on their families. They're on house arrest.
Who's Scott?
Ant-Man.
There's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man? Okay, look. Thanos has the biggest army in the universe, and he is not going to stop until he gets Vision Stone.
Well, then we have to protect it.
As you can hear, both speakers are really, really good. I like them both.
I've been giving a good deal of thought to this.
Maybe for me, the Note 9 has a fuller sound. So I would probably say they sound a little bit better. Alrighty. So as you can see, you can't go wrong with sound on either one. Now, I'm the kind of person that a lot of times, as opposed to using headphones, I prefer to listen to my movies without headphones, unless I'm in a place where I have to use them. That's why I need dual firing speakers. And these speakers on both these devices are excellent. Okay? Can't go wrong with either. Both have Dolby Atmos for high fidelity sound. So that's a good thing. Now, this is a big difference. The Honor Note 10 comes with a 5,000 milliamp battery. The battery in this phone is ginormous. I mean, I don't have any device that has a battery that size. That battery is huge. And you could easily get 2 days of battery life out of that device. No question about it. 5,000 milliamps. Now, the Note 9 has a 4,000 milliamp battery. Now, you're not getting 2 days out of the Note 9 unless you lightly use your phone. You don't get a whole lot of notifications. However, you will get minimum between 18 to 24 hours of battery use out of the Note 9. So you're not going to be stressing over getting through a day with your phone. Not at all. I mean, I usually get up around 4 o'clock in the morning. So I can go from 4 in the morning all the way up until 2 or 3 in the morning the next day. So you ain't got to stress with either one. But of course, the Note 10 by Honor has a larger battery, so it's going to last you a little longer. Okay. Alrighty. Next. So the Honor Note 10 has dual cameras. You have 2 cameras on the back of this device. I'll show you. As you can see right there. Dual cameras. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The cameras on this phone are okay. They're not great, but they're okay. Okay? I'm not going to sit up here and act like they're great. They're not horrible, but they're not as good as the Note 9. They're just not. Now, when you open up, I'll show you. When you open up the camera app, it does have a lot of settings. As you can see here, you got aperture, you got night mode, you got portrait mode, you got photo, video, you got ARI lens. You know, where you do all these funny little things here, which I don't use. When you tap into more, you got pro mode, you got slow motion, you got panorama, you got monochrome, light painting, you got time lapse, you got filter, 3D panorama, watermark, documents. So, I mean, it has a lot of, different settings and things you could play with. But overall, it's not as good as the Note 9 as far as quality. The quality and the processing of the Note 9's photos are just better. But the cameras on the back, one is a 24 megapixel and one is a 16 megapixel sensor. Alrighty. With the Note 9, you also have dual cameras on the back. And both are 12 megapixels. One is a dual aperture lens that adapts between f1.5 and f2.4, depending on available light. And I'll show you those very quickly. So you can see right there, those two right there. Your heart rate sensors here, fingerprint sensors there. So now this device takes great photos. It really does. Okay. Now they just said they put out an update for night mode, but I didn't receive that on my devices yet. Hopefully I'll get it soon. Both phones has facial unlock. The facial unlock on the Honor Note 10 is pretty quick. And basically I've tested that where it actually detected my face in almost pure darkness. And it doesn't have an iris sensor. It just has the facial unlock. But that facial unlock is pretty accurate. It's pretty fast. And it could actually detect my face in very, very low light. The Note 9 comes with facial unlock, of course. And it also has the iris sensor where it scans your irises, which I love that because it's very, very secure when you want to use Samsung Pay and things like that, and just to open up your phone. Nobody has your eyeball. So I like that it has the iris sensor on it. So I like that over just having facial unlock, because with the Honor Note 10 just having facial unlock is not as secure at all. You would be better off just using your fingerprint as opposed to using your facial unlock, for security, because it's not going to be as secure. Now, the difference with the Note 9, it also has this thing called Intelligent Scan, which it combines the facial unlock and the iris sensor together, and it does both at the same time. Now, that's something I was very excited about when I first got the Note 9, because I was hearing about it. But once I got the device, I put on Intelligent Scan. I tried to use it, but I found it to be a lot slower than just using the iris sensor by itself. And that was disappointing to me, because I'm thinking, based on what I was hearing from other reviewers, that it would be even much faster, but it just was kind of slow. So, and it wasn't as accurate. So I just took Intelligent Scan off. I just use my fingerprint. I use a pen, or I use my iris sensor. And most of the time I use my iris sensor and my fingerprint, and I've noticed that the iris sensor is actually even faster than the fingerprint scanner, which I don't know why, but it's just a nice convenience to be able to have so many options, of opening your device. So I like that. The Honor Note 10 has a 13 megapixel sensor on the front. The Note 9 has an 8 megapixel sensor on the front. Now, both front-facing cameras are not that great. The Honor Note 10's photos comes out soft, as well as the Note 9's photos come out kind of soft. So I don't really care for either one, to be honest with you. But they're not terrible. They just look really soft. No sharpness to them. The Honor Note 10 has supercharge. So you could basically go from 0 to 50% in about 30 minutes with a 5,000 milliamp battery. I mean, that charge is super, super fast. Very impressive. The Note 9 has Quick Charge 2.0, which is not as fast, but it's still fast. You could probably get 50% in about I say 40 minutes, 40 or 45 minutes. So it's not as fast. But I mean, you could charge your phone relatively fast. I wish it had the 25 watt charging that the Note 10 Plus has now, which it should have had, but it still was on just Quick Charge 2.0. This is a big difference. Maybe for it's definitely a big deal to me, but maybe for others it's not that big of a deal. The Honor Note 10, no headphone jack. I hate the fact that a phone this big that has a quad DAC on it does not have a fingerprint sensor. Doesn't have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I know this is supposed to be the new trend, and I hate it because you get better quality sound when you use a wired headset. You just do. I've noticed the difference because I have Bluetooth buds as well as regular wired headphones, and wired headphones just have a better high fidelity stereo sound to them. You could hear more and it's a clearer sound. Okay. Of course, the Note 9 definitely has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which unfortunately they took off the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus. But you still have that here on the Note 9. The Honor Note 9, the Honor Note 10, I'm sorry. It's another big deal here. It is not IP68 water and dust resistant. It has none of those things. So if you drop this in your toilet, you drop it in the tub, you drop it in your sink in the kitchen, you will ruin the phone. However, the Note 9 does come with IP68 water and dust resistance, which means it could survive in 5 feet of water for 30 minutes. And also the S Pen is waterproof. And you could actually write on the screen underwater using your S Pen. I've seen it done, so that's cool. Okay, that's a big deal for me. Maybe for some, it's not a big deal because you don't take your phone near water like that. But for some people that go to the beach or they just around water all the time, or people that just can't put their phone down no matter what they do, it's nice to know you have peace of mind that if you drop it in water, that you'll be fine. Okay, long as you don't go more than 5, no, long as you don't drop it in more than 5 feet of water. Okay, you'll be fine. But the Honor Note 10, you drop it in water, you're gonna have a problem unless you can dry it, get it out extremely fast, drop it in a whole bucket full of rice and dry it out. Other than that, you're gonna ruin the phone. All right, next. The Honor Note 10 has no wireless charging, which is a disappointment. Huge disappointment because it has a glass back. I don't understand why manufacturers would put a glass back on a phone and not include some kind of wireless charging. It makes no sense to me. Now, the super charging is good. I like that. That's cool. But there's nothing like having the convenience of wireless charging. Just setting your phone on top of a dock and just walking away. And just when you're ready to go, just pick it up and go. You don't have to worry about unplugging it or plugging it. The convenience of wireless charging is just that's where we are now. Most people love wireless charging, like that feature. And the Honor Note 10 doesn't offer that. However, the Note 9 does have wireless charging. And not only wireless charging, but fast wireless charging. So you could charge your phone from 0 to 100% in about 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is impressive. Normally, regular wireless charging could take anywhere between 4 to 4.5 hours to fully charge a device. Okay. The Honor Note 10 comes with Bluetooth 5.0. The Note 9 has Bluetooth 5.0. The Honor Note 10 has screen recording, which is cool. The Note 9, however, does not have screen recording. On the Note 10 Plus, Samsung did put screen recording on the device, but on these two, only the Honor Note 10 has screen recording. The Honor Note 10 does not have edge panels. The Note 9 does, and I'll show you those really quick. Right here. Just scroll that over. Got your edge panels right here, where you can access more apps. You got people that you call. I can call them directly from there. I can get my latest sports, the scores and everything of different games, which I love that. Here you have your app pair, where I could just hit and pair 2 apps together at the same time. This is just very convenient. You know, here is my Sorry about that. And here is my clipboard edge where I have a lot of my scriptures and stuff in there. You know, and this is YouTube edge. So it's cool. You know, there's even more than that, but I'm not going to go through all those at this time. But that's something I really like. That's an extra feature that Samsung brings that the Honor Note 10 does not have. Let me turn these both off, show you something else. Now, the Note 9, the Note 10 does have an always on display. And the Note 9 has an always on display. However, if you can see the difference right now, sorry, see how fast that facial unlock works? It's crazy. All right, sorry about that. Let me check. As soon as it detected my face, it turned on. All right. See, when you look at this, you have all you get is the date, battery percentage, and the time. That's all you get with this. You get no notifications whatsoever. You can't even do anything. You can't even interact with the always on display. Okay? Boring. With the Note 9, as you can see, I get my time, I get the date, the day, battery percentage, and my notifications here at the bottom, and it's nice and bright, and it does move. And you could do you get a lot of different types of always on display. You can even also use a picture. You can use a calendar. They just have so many options. So Samsung clearly makes the best always on display on the market, hands down. You can dim it, you can make it brighter, you can navigate with your with your music. It's really awesome. I love this always on display. It's the best. Okay. Alrighty. So you have one that's just regular, and you have one that's fully functional. Honor Note 10 does not have Samsung Pay, and of course the Note 9 does have Samsung Pay, where you could just go to any type of terminal as far as debit that takes debit, credit cards, and all you got to do is put your phone next to it, and you could automatically pay for whatever it is that you need. The Honor Note 10 does not have that. It has Android Pay, but not Samsung Pay. And Samsung Pay is accepted pretty much everywhere. So that's a real convenience. The Note 10 has private space. Now, what that is, as you can see how my screen looks like this right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to use a different finger. My middle index finger. Sorry. Okay, wait a minute, it didn't work. See, it was. All right. Now, sorry, I had to put in my pin. Now, do you see how different this screen looks? This is a whole different screen. So basically, it's almost like getting a second phone. You're getting a second phone within a phone. So I turned it off.